Sup everybody, it's Jay here for Sundays on Transy's channel, and this week we are talking about advocacy, why we became advocates, why we're advocates on YouTube, was there anything in particular that made us be an advocate, and are we comfortable being advocates? And I'm going to answer all these questions from my own experiences, and hope you enjoy listening to me. So, first of all, why did you become an advocate? When I first came out to myself, which was about a year ago now, I realised I was a young teenager in Ireland, which is quite a conservative Catholic country still. And there wasn't anything in my immediate vicinity in terms of resources, in terms of community. There isn't much. Like, this time last year, I was lost. I didn't see much by way of queer community around for me. So what happened first was I decided that if I was gonna understand myself fully, and if I was gonna get community, it needed to be online. And I decided that if I was gonna understand myself fully, that I needed to jump into the community feet first. I just needed to go straight in. So, as an advocate for trans rights, I do two things. As I said, I am here on Transy's channel, and I also volunteer with a blog on Tumblr called the Transgender Teen Survival Guide, and if you look it up, you will find it. And on Transgender Teen Survival Guide, we get sent questions by people on anonymous, off anonymous. So we will answer any questions related to being trans, coming out, transition, finding your identity, anything really. We will help. That's what we do. And then of course I'm also here and I'm making videos, and that's a reasonably new thing. I also have my own YouTube channel where I make videos about trans and LGBT things, and I also have my own blog on Tumblr which is mainly LGBT stuff, which is dying off a bit. But I became an advocate because I wanted to find myself. Mostly. I became an advocate because I wanted to find myself, and I wanted other people in my position in conservative countries with no real access to resources and stuff to be able to find people and know that they weren't alone. Why did you go to the route of being on camera more so than behind the scenes? I think, I don't know how I ended up here really. I was looking at Transy's channel's videos, and then I found that this was about a week after I started doing my own YouTube channel. I was looking at a Transy's channel video, and I saw that they needed new video bloggers, like backup bloggers, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll help. And so I volunteered as a backup blogger, and then within about 2 days of volunteering as a backup blogger and being accepted, one of the main bloggers vacated their position, and so the position was offered to any backup bloggers that wanted it. And I was like, it's summer. I'm a young-ish, young teenager. I don't have much to do. Let's help them out. And I know it's probably going to be more difficult to get in loads of all of my videos on time when it comes to being back to school, because I'm in an exam year now. But that's what happened. I just happened upon it really. And I was like, something to do, something to spend my time on. And it's useful too, so there was that. Was there anything in particular that pushed you to become an outspoken advocate for trans rights? I think part of it was because I realised, this is more recently I think, that I realised that when I come out, I'm going to have to be an advocate. Not because I want to be, but because there's 600 people in my school, there's 150 people in my year, there's about 200 people I know in school, excluding teachers. There's about 200 people who I would talk to on a regular enough basis that aren't my teachers. And I am going to have to be an advocate for them. I'm going to have to be educating them for them. And I realised that I want to be able to help, and that I wanted countries like Ireland to be more open and accepting about these kinds of things. Like, you don't have to go back in history in Ireland to find blatant homophobia. You don't have to go far back. You just have to go to somewhere out of the cities. You go to a farm. Get away from the cities and you'll find people with medieval opinions on homosexuality, bisexuality, pansexuality, transgenderism. I think that's the correct word to use. Gender variancy, things like that. They have medieval views about these things. And I just want the country that I know and maybe love to be more open about these things. And I figured the best way to do that is for me to be open about these things. And go from there. Do I feel comfortable in the role of an advocate? On here, on Trans Youth Channel, on Trans Youth Channel and on the Transgender Teen Survival Guide, I feel quite comfortable as an advocate because there are other people with me. I'm not alone as an advocate here. There are other bloggers on the Transgender Teen Survival Guide, there are other mods answering questions, and it's just, I enjoy it, and I volunteered to do these things, and they've come close to my heart, you know? So close. And plus, what better way to use your experiences as they happen than to help other people? Okay, that's really all I have to say on the subject of advocacy, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me. You should subscribe if you want to see more of our videos. Like if you enjoyed, and I will be back next Sunday. Bye! This week we are talking about transition and children. I think the first question that should be asked here is, do you even want children? And up until recently I hadn't really thought about it at all. I was scared of children.